Hey Tom, what was going through your head when you found out for the first scrum you came off the bench? Obviously you had Lucid.
Yeah, coming on like 15 minutes to go. Big game, tight game. I don't know, I trained well throughout the week. I had that kind of confidence. I have good guys around me. So, to be honest, I met with Cian Healy during the week. It was actually really nice to catch up with him again, and we had a good chat on Thursday. So he kind of just said as soon as you kind of cross the white line, really just kind of focus on your game. So that's what I try to do, not try and build it up too much and then just kind of get into it. But yeah, as I said, I had a good week's preparation. So I was actually just happy to get in and get stuck in, get an opportunity, which was great.
We hear so often about how difficult it is to switch sides. Like, were you daunted by the prospects at all when Andy had said it to you early in the week?
No, not too much. I've obviously had a little bit of exposure over the last couple of years behind the scenes. Up at Ulster, training at Loosehead, scrum sessions. I had an opportunity against Fiji not so long ago. That was my first taste kind of international rugby at Loosehead. No, to be honest, I was just delighted to be getting an opportunity. As I said, I kind of was confident enough in the preparation I've probably done the last couple of years when there's been talks about doing Loosehead. I've always kind of kept it something chipping away behind the scenes, keep working at it. So to get an opportunity, I was kind of delighted to kind of put that, I guess, training into kind of performance. So I was just absolutely delighted to get an opportunity.
It's obviously something that the Ireland coaches have been keen to have a look at over the last couple of years. Like, do you see a future in that you end up at Lucid, or is it a kind of a dual role, because obviously Ulster haven't quite gone down that route which you get anyway? Yeah,
to be honest, it's just playing it kind of day by day, really. I'm excited to kind of get the opportunity, anything to kind of be involved in this team and be involved in this squad. That's what my kind of main focus is, but I'm trying not to look too far down the line. As you said, traditionally when I go back to my provincial side, I'm back to tight head. So, but look, obviously there's been a few injuries, which has probably opened the door for me to have an opportunity at this. So, just very grateful for that, and just kind of want to be kind of take that opportunity with both hands. Thank you, Cian.
Simon, then Derek.
Yeah, hi Tom.
Hey Simon.
Just wondering who first said it to you that we think you could do a job there for us, and what was your kind of initial reaction?
Yeah, I guess it was John Fogarty. Probably said it a couple of years ago. We're actually, obviously when we're fully fit, we're pretty blessed with depth on both sides. I think I might have started with a training session. We were just kind of playing around with the idea, and obviously I was probably that little bit younger a couple of years ago when we first talked about it. It was John Fogarty kind of gave me the idea, and to be honest, I hadn't really put too much thought into it. I'd last played Loosehead at school. I did a little bit of under-20s. So it's something that probably wasn't in my mind. I think early on in my career with Ulster anyway, I was just trying to nail down a spot at tight head. But obviously kind of Fogs kind of sparked that idea, and to be honest, it gave me a lot of excitement because it's something new, something challenging. And I think I said this previously to someone, when you look at the likes of South Africa, who have guys that can cover across the board, I feel like if I can cover across the board for whether it's province or international, I think that can only be a real positive thing, and a positive thing for the group going forward as well.
Derek.
Could you tell us a bit about, we're used to people from private school in Leinster playing prop for Ireland. You're not cheap private school in Australia, Padua College. Is that known for its props? I mean, did you get a good grounding there, or just wait till you get to Campbell that you really feel that the difference was?
Padua College, haven't said that name in a while. That was my old school in Brisbane growing up. That was traditionally a rugby league school, produced a lot of good origin players and some kangaroo kind of players for rugby league side, for the Australia side. The Union school had only been playing 17 years, I believe, when me and my brothers had arrived at the school. So it was surrounded by really good people, but I think the real grounded school that obviously didn't have a long history of Union, but was real kind of eager to learn the game of Union. But I think growing up, it was nice to kind of have a bit of both, because during that school I was able to develop a lot of skills from rugby league players in terms of tackling, running lines, ball handling. So I felt like I got a little bit of best of both worlds when I was growing up and starting playing rugby through school.
Okay, it's a natty blue uniform and it's not cheap, but can you just tell us a little bit about Angus Bell? How good has he been since he's arrived at Ulster?
Yeah, he's been really good.
For you, how good has he been?
Yeah, no, he's been really good. Obviously, any international that comes into the group with experience, 25 years old, 50 caps for his country, that's no small thing. So for him to come into the group, and especially when I am playing tight head and he's over the other side, I have a lot of confidence that he can bring his kind of area of the game that's so strong, set piece, and then obviously we all saw the try he scored for Ulster a couple of weeks ago. You can see what he can do in the loose, which is pretty amazing. So it's been really good playing with him, and he played with some guys in the Waratahs that I kind of grew up, went to school, so we pretty much had a natural connection kind of from the start. We knew people that we from kind of similar groups. So he's been really good since coming into the side. He's really bought into a culture and being around the group. But obviously he's been playing really well for us as well, and he's obviously given me a lot of help around set piece stuff when we're scrumming against each other at training or scrumming with each other. And then he's obviously been really good for a lot of the younger guys at Ulster. So delighted to have him in the group and delighted to see how he goes for the rest of the year. Thank you.
Then Rory.
Tom, is it fair to say this will be one of your more enjoyable seasons with Ulster playing such good rugby and getting minutes in the Six Nations again? Is it fair to say this is there?
Yeah, certainly is. It's been a little bit of a stint outside of this group. I think it's been beneficial for me in a way since I went out. You kind of have to take a step back and kind of have a refocus. And, it all starts with playing well for your provincial side. It's probably something that I probably wasn't doing the last kind of couple of years, probably wasn't where I kind of wanted to be. But definitely this year, it helps when the team's performing really well. Obviously with Ulster, you see guys like Stu and Rob Baloucoune getting their opportunities around and how well they've been playing for provincial side, and guys that aren't here like Zach Ward and Bryn Ward that's in camp. So it's class when there's guys playing really well around you. It helps you and it kind of drives you on a little bit. But yeah, no, it has been really enjoyable, and just being out of this group and then being back in, I'm just really enjoying it. Really kind of just want to enjoy each and every day with this group and kind of cherish those moments.
Here you now in the squad. Was that a difficult time for you as a player?
Yeah, it was. I think it should be difficult for everybody. I said I maybe didn't play as much as other guys, but was in that group for a good few years, and was a part of that Grand Slam winning team. Went off to the World Cup. So some big moments with this team, with this squad, and a lot of the guys become, because you spend so much time together, you become a lot like family. So when you're out of that, it does. But it's also your job, and you got to be professional about it. And for me, that reset was probably really important, especially at the stage I am in my career. 27 now, so coming into hopefully the next kind of few good years in my career that I'm really looking to push. So coming off a good season with Ulster, hopefully so far, and then coming into this environment, just feel like I'm in a good place. Cheers, thank you.
Rory, then Peter.
Hi Tom.
Hi, Ray.
You were saying there about having a good chat with Keane and picking his brain. I imagine Andrew Porter, have you had a chat with him because he's made that switch, maybe come back again? Good guy too. Yeah.
Me and Ports, we kind of keep in communication a little bit. Obviously, a lot of the time not to do with rugby. Obviously, he's injured and kind of got it for him. So we've been communicating a little bit. And then I saw him after the game on the weekend, and it was great to catch up with him. A little bit of rugby. Try and kind of maybe ask him a couple of questions, but just try and keep it lighthearted as well. And kind of haven't seen him for a while face to face, so it's good to catch up with him. But I think reaching out to the guys that have been there and done that before and have played at the highest level, I think it's really important just to kind of just get a couple things that can hopefully you can bring and implement into your game and kind of hopefully that can relate into performance then. Cheers, thank you.
Peter.
You mentioned Cat there,
Yeah.
Rob Baloucoune.
Yeah.
We were talking to him earlier on. He seemed quite a shy, soft-spoken guy. What's he actually like? What words spring to mind?
No, what you see is what you get with Cat. Like, we probably played a little bit underage together. It being around Ulster, he's probably more or less the same. he's such a wonderful guy, and it's been really tough for him in terms of his injuries last couple of years. So I guess because being so injured, sometimes it's not the easiest bouncing into work, but he's obviously kept a level head throughout the whole process, and he's kept that belief. I think we all have massive belief in Rob Baloucoune and what his ability he can do in the field, and it was great to see that. The performance on the weekend, it was great to see people that could acknowledge that and recognise that. But no, he's a lovely guy. He's not got a real bad bone in his body, so he's a great guy to have around the team and great guy to have in the locker. Thank you.
Last question here.
Yeah, so Andy's talked about kind of developing characters in the squad. He's identified you as one of those. Is that something you feel, and maybe almost like potential leader in this group?
I wouldn't say potentially. I guess people can kind of lead in their own way, but no, as I said, I've been around this group for a long time. We're all quite close with and outside of here, close with families and friends and everything like that. So, I just care for a lot of people in this group, and anywhere I can kind of lend a hand or be there for someone, that's kind of what I like to do, because I know that's returned tenfold as well with everybody else. So, as I said, we're been together for 4 straight weeks now, and you don't really get much time outside the hotel, so you're with each other. So, but no, it's I guess everybody kind of plays their role within the group. So it's I guess it's I just try to be myself, really, and if I can be myself and be there for other people, that's kind of the main thing.